grab a beer and pull up a chair. Welcome to the Northwoods Beer Guy podcast. Hey, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome back to the Northwoods Beer Guy podcast. This is Mike, the Northwoods Beer Guy. And as always, I'm joined by the hardest working co-host in the business, Jim.
Oh, thanks, but finally some gratitude for everything that I do for you, right, buddy?
Yeah, exactly. So I had to make sure after last time when I gave you the thing, and then you were threatening to charge me more money, I had to
come up with something
a little different. Yeah.
Awesome. Well, we'll take anything we can get, buddy.
Hey, that's all that matters.
And there's cold beer involved, so I'm there for you.
Yes. I figured that would help. So, hey, ladies and gentlemen, I know we had made a prediction or a statement on the last episode that we are pretty well done with Oktoberfest.
Yes, and it's not even October.
Correct. That's kind of funny how that happens. But, then a good friend of Jim's came back from a trip to South Dakota.
Yes.
And brought us
way out west.
And brought us 3 more. So
we thought we'd include them on here to make sure that we gave them some kudos. Because, I mean, we've had, I think you said, possibly a couple from one of the breweries, but maybe not from all of them. So this would be a good test for us to see, what their beers are like from way out west.
Oh, exactly. It'll be interesting. Like I said, I've heard of most of them, or of the 2 Oktoberfest. The third one, I'm not sure. I think I've heard of the brewery, but I don't know if we've had many beers at all from them. So it'll be, and it looks to be a little different style. So.
Yeah, and I can't wait to at the end as we kind of transition. These all should be a little sweeter, I would think, from being apple cider.
Yeah, I would think. So we've got the 3 Oktoberfest, and then we are switching over to pumpkin. And the first 3 that Jim brought, what he was talking about was that these are all made by cider companies. So there should be, it'll be interesting to see, is it appley or is it pumpkin-y or what?
And these are all fairly low ABV too. So I mean, they're nothing really heavy, nothing really strong. I think of the apple cider ones, the highest ABV is 5.1.
Oh, okay. So yeah, that's not bad.
It's almost like drinking Kool-Aid.
Yeah, right. Pumpkin Kool-Aid, maybe.
Ish.
But hey, this is like our first pumpkin beers of the season, so I'm kind of excited.
Yeah, I mean, it's going to be a good transition because, I mean, the Marzans are good, and you can only get them now. But now our palate's a little bit looking for a little bit more now, or a change maybe is a better word.
Yeah, I can safely say I don't think we've ever drank this many different Oktoberfest in a season as we did this year. So that's
a good thing.
I was going to say, but that shows how many companies are actually coming out with them. So that's a cool deal.
Yeah, I mean, I'm just thinking out loud, maybe there's something we need to do since we have had so many, maybe we need to do a wrap-up on one of these shows just to kind of tell everybody, kind of combine everything together so that everybody, if they're out there looking, we can give them some of our advice on what might be the best one to go to, what may not be the best one to go to.
Sure. Yeah, we can definitely look at that. I think we'll have to do some research on our rankings and make sure our rememberers are working as good.
Yeah, if you had beer with it, I think mine really was good.
That helps out, huh?
Yeah.
Nice. Well, that's good. Well, hey, I guess we can
should we start
in on one of these. So the first one that you had got from Roger was by Brau Brothers, and it's their Oktoberfest.
Okay.
Its style is Marzahn.
Perfect.
The write-up on this one says, this creatively named Marzahn-style lager is a fall favorite whether at the festival or on the back porch. Loads of Vienna malt with just a touch of mild chocolate malt form the backbone, while traditional German hops finish the beer. Notes of caramel and malty biscuit intertwined with crisp apple and pear. Prost from the Minnesota prairie.
And I did see on here it says 5.5% ABV and 27 IBUs.
Nice, okay.
So that should be, it should be right in our wheelhouse, I think.
You would think. Now the can, it does have the white and blue
checker
around the top and
diamonds.
Diamonds, around the top and bottom. But then it has white and like chrome kind of colors on the middle of the can. And then, of course, Brau Brothers Oktoberfest Marzahn Lager, and it has a big number 3 on it. So I'm not exactly sure what the big number 3 represents, but
three sips, 3 drinks.
Oh, okay. Hey, that works for me. I don't know,
And we got 3 Oktoberfest.
Oh.
See, we're matching up.
They knew exactly what we were doing.
Well, it's got the right color.
Yeah, I see. It definitely looks like your normal, like a lot of the Oktoberfest we've tried already.
Yes.
For color.
And the head looks even a little bit kind of lightish, yellowish, brownish.
Yep. Ooh, aroma. It smells
there's something
pretty good.
There's some aroma.
Wow.
That's not bad. That's pretty good.
I don't know, ladies and gentlemen, if you can hear that, but that might be my cat. Or is it the dog chewing on the cat toy?
Yeah. Oh, that's what that is.
Yeah. Would you let that go? Jeez, I tell you. I should have known.
She should be sitting here just listening to us talk about beer.
Exactly. If she was a good dog, she'd be listening to us. So anyway, back to the beer.
This got some flavor. This is...
Yeah. I'm impressed. I mean, it's got that malty flavor.
Yes.
You know what I mean?
It's actually, I was like, I mean, an aroma, I mean, it's not over the top by any means.
No.
It's good.
Yeah, it's definitely got... Now, would I say... Is this in the top 5 of the Oktoberfest that we've tried so far? I'm not sure, But it's definitely, I think it's close if it's not.
It is right up there.
But I mean, I do think that it has a really good flavor to it.
I mean, for the traditional Oktoberfest drinker that's looking, I mean, this is like probably right in the wheelhouse.
I would agree.
We've had some that you didn't have any much flavor at all.
Yep.
This one, I think, has got the right level of flavor that you can taste everything, and it's not over the top. The finish is smooth.
Exactly.
Yeah,
I'm impressed. I do think that they did a good job. Like I said, I think I've had a couple other beers from them. I think we have.
Okay.
I believe so, but
Brau brothers.
Yeah, but this is good for an Oktoberfest. I do like it.
So I wonder if that's based on Hofbrau.
It could be. Something like that.
There you go, right following the Oktoberfest tradition.
Yeah.
Well, you're almost done with yours, so what do you think?
Yeah.
On score.
Like I said, I think this is a very good example of what an American Oktoberfest tastes like. You know what I mean?
Oh, for sure.
I like it. I think it's got just the right amount of maltiness. The hops are not very noticeable at all. Good flavor. I think it's pretty smooth. Not a lot of aftertaste.
Right.
So I think I'm going to go on this one. I think I'm going to go with 3.0. I think, for an Oktoberfest, I do like it. Like I said, I think it's probably in the top
upper
third,
echelon,
of what we've had so far in all these episodes.
I was actually going to say a 3.0, but I don't want to copycat yours, so I'm going to even go higher. I'm going to go with 3.1.
Oh.
I like this. I mean, that is not bad. I'm like, wow.
Yeah.
Because this is kind of what I've always been anticipating what an Oktoberfest beer or Marzen would taste like.
Mm-hmm.
This kind of fits right in that, my own personal definition. Maybe that's what it should be.
So when you think of an Oktoberfest, it's something like this.
Something like this.
Well, good.
Even though I've never been there, but this tastes good to me.
Yep, for sure. All right, well,
all right. So what do we got now?
Well, the next one is by Remedy Brewing.
Remedy.
Yep, and this is also their Oktoberfest.
Well, Roger set the bar pretty high in that first one, so...
Yeah, hopefully he doesn't let us down.
Yeah, we're well on our way to a good category where everything's above average.
All right, let's see. So what we have on this one, it says, and these first two I've never had.
You
By
haven't?
the way, no.
Okay, well
that's good.
That's even better.
So the first...
Kudos to Roger.
Yeah. It's like he knew me or something.
He was reading your mind.
The description on this one says, our official welcoming of fall, cooling temps call for a hearty, clean lager with a rich malt-forward palate and a clean hop finish. Prost.
Prost.
Now, on Untappd, it says it's 6.1
Okay.
ABV. Is that what?
I didn't have anything on these.
And
so
it says 6.1 and 22 IBUs.
Well, that's not
so
bad.
a little bit higher on the ABV.
We stepped it up a little bit.
But a little bit lower on the hops.
Yep.
Again, it's your...
See, it almost looked like some of these cans, like the labeling, the way that they did the color on the... some of them look similar.
Yep.
So that's cool.
Yeah, and it's got the big beer stein on it. Oh, there's some writing on the back of this. Pretty close to what I had said on there. So I guess we'll just leave it at that.
Just crack the top, or we'll see from there.
We'll see how they stack up compared to the first one. Because that first one, I think you said, that was really good.
Yeah, pleasantly surprised. Because you never know how beers are going to be.
Exactly. Well,
from any beer.
From any, and especially Oktoberfest. It's like, why do they taste so different all the time?
All right, so this one looks similar to that first one already.
Yep.
Color?
Yeah, it's your normal Oktoberfest color, I guess, kind of an amberish.
Yep. Not as much aroma as that first one.
No, it's not as malty, is it?
No, definitely not as much flavor.
Not as much flavor. That's interesting.
Very muted, very...
I thought by the color...
Right.
It was going to be a lot of flavor like that first one, and this one is pretty
mellow.
Yeah. I didn't want to say nondescript, but mellow is a better.
Yeah, I mean, there's not much flavor to it. I mean, there's nothing bad about it. It's just not a lot of flavor.
Right. Yeah.
They could have added whatever malt or hop or something. They could have added something to get a little more flavor to it.
Yep, I agree. Because boy, it's just.
It's not bad. I mean,
no.
I don't know, but again,
unfortunately, I was expecting more, I guess.
Right, and again, we talk about, it's you when you're the brewmaster and you make a product and then you taste it and you're like, how do you? This tastes so good. And I'm like, well, does it taste so good, or is it just what more could you add to get a little bit up the notch, just a little bit, one or two to help it out? But
I don't know. It's like I said, I just from the look of it,
from the first one, we definitely took a step down.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. And not that this is a bad beer, but it's just there's not a whole lot of flavor. You know what I mean? It's
okay, but I mean that's about all I can say is okay. That first one was very, very good. This one,
for me, score wise,
yep,
I think this is going to be average. I think it's going to be a 2.5. I don't think it's non-offensive or anything, but it's just anybody could drink it.
Yep.
But I think you're not getting really that full Oktoberfest flavor.
Right.
So it's kind of a bummer, I guess. Do you
have ESPN?
I have ESPN too.
Well, you read my mind because I was going to go 2.5.
All right.
So I'm going to actually have to say 2.6, so I don't copycat you there. But I mean, it's not offensive. It's not bad. I mean, anybody could drink it. I mean, but I don't know if this is a true representation of what a Marzen, because it's just, there's not a lot of flavor to it.
Right.
For me. I don't know. But that first one was very good. This one is okay.
I agree with you. Like I said, I think anybody could drink it, and it's not bad, but there's just not a whole lot of flavor.
Right.
So it's just kind of
there.
Yeah.
Which is a bummer. I am kind of looking forward to our next one, though. Maybe I've been leaning too far.
Yeah. So I got a little bit here to finish yet, but the next one is by Saverance Brewing Company, and it's actually in Sioux Falls. And now that I think about it, a couple of years ago, when I went to Sioux Falls with my dad and brother and uncle and my mom and that, and we hit a bunch of different craft breweries out there, and we went to Saverance.
Really? Okay.
Yeah. So it's a cool place. Kind of a smaller brewery,
right?
But they did not have this on tap when we were there. No.
Well, this looks like a big can too.
Yes, this is a big old pint can. So again, you're pot committed, so to speak, when you open a pint can.
Yeah, this is going to be and didn't we have something similar to this?
Kind of, yeah. That's why I'm a little bit leery.
I think I paid $10 a bottle for that.
For that other one, yes.
And that was all German writing on it, right?
Yep. This one has got English.
German writing?
It's got English.
Okay, it's not German.
So, no.
Okay, and it's definitely not ground fish.
No. So this is by, like I said, Saverance Brewing Company, and this is their Smoktoberfest.
Smoktoberfest.
Smoked Marzen Lager.
And I think if my brain doesn't isn't playing tricks on me, that when we tried that smoked one before, didn't they say that's how originally it was?
I think that's what it said.
Marzens that's what the original, how they were made, was smoked?
Something like that. I think that is what they were talking about. And it's kind of, I don't know, I'm hoping this one's a little better than that first one, because that first one was really smoky.
That was just like taking a bite right out of a log out of the fire.
I was going to say, it was like what campfires smell like. That tasted like, so.
Yeah, it was super strong.
Yeah.
And it had a bad finish. I mean, that was.
Oh, that one was rough. Yeah. To me, I thought it was rough. I know Toby seemed to not mind quite as much, but we were not.
That was not a fan favorite.
Yeah, so this will be interesting. This is our second smoked.
All right, did you find anything on it?
Yep. So here's what on Untappd, what they have on there. It says malt, hops, water, yeast, and yum smoke.
Yum smoke?
Yum smoke.
Have you ever heard of that?
Actually, I'm lying to you. It says smoke.
Oh, there you go.
Yeah, I got too carried away. I'm thinking it's going to be yummy. And it also says, just as the Germans intended. Going back to what you said.
All right, that's good.
A smoked Marzen that is velvety and malty with a nice hint of smoke. Now,
hint of smoke.
Now, if I remember right, that other one said it was a hint too, and it was like their hint and our hint was two totally different things.
Way, way different in our definitions.
Yes. So I'm just smelling out of the can when I opened it, and I really can't smell smoke, but I can't remember on that bottle if it was the same or not.
All right, well, I'm going to hold you to this.
I'm not going to lie, I'm a little concerned.
A little worried?
A little worried.
I'm taking a sniff too. I don't smell the smoke.
Just
a little bit, but nothing
looks
that should scare you.
Yeah. Color wise, looks like a
Marzen.
October. Yeah, like an Oktoberfest.
Ooh, there's smoke. Ooh.
I'm not getting that much.
No? Maybe you give it all to me. Holy buckets.
I say maybe it was all on the top.
Wow. Oof.
Well,
is there smoke coming out of my ears?
I don't think so. Let me see yours.
Wow.
It tastes the same as mine.
Wow, there is.
So there's smoke, but it's not anything like that other one.
No, it is not like the other one, but there is smoke.
So if that is true and that is how it was meant to be, I can understand why they changed it. You know?
Yeah, I guess to the beer's defense, I'm not probably the best person to talk about smoked beer. I don't like smoked beer to begin with. So, I mean, for me, even a little bit might be too much for me, but I don't know what. Are you big smoke beer? Like them?
It's starting to. I'm catching more of the smoke. Boy, I don't know, dude. It's kind of one of those things, like I said, if that's how they originally started, I'm glad they kind of phased out that smokiness.
Yeah.
It's not, again, this one is not nearly as smoky as that German one that you
100%.
got. Could you drink a can of it? Yeah, you could. Even the pint can, but it wouldn't be my first choice, you know.
And I think that's what's hard, because, I mean, it's not, maybe not offensive, but I mean, like right now it's still lingering. The finish is still there. I still have the smoke in my aftertaste. So it doesn't have a clean finish.
Right.
It lingers. It's not, and maybe if I smoke cigarettes, or maybe it would be different. Maybe, that smokiness is really it almost overpowers some of the flavor of the Marzen too.
Yeah, I would agree with you. Like I said, not to the extent that other one did, but it is definitely, I get more of the smoke than you do like the maltiness.
Yes.
And to me, that maltiness is really the signature of an Oktoberfest.
Right.
So this one, that smokiness does, I think, kind of overpower it a little bit.
And that's, I guess that's the hard part, and I guess we're not brewers to actually understand, if you put just a drop of smokiness, does it do this to your whole batch?
Right.
Or can you lessen how much smokiness maybe if they just amp that down a little bit? I mean, compared to the second one, where there was little flavor. Yeah. This has
more flavor. Yeah, I will give them that. Yes,
much more flavor. But is it the palate that you and I like for beers? We're probably not the best judge of that one. I can say that. I don't know what you think too.
No, I agree with you. And I'm trying to remember when we were at Saverance how big of a system they have. I don't think it's not like a big giant.
Okay.
You know what I mean?
Smaller.
Like some of the ones we've been to where they're these
like
huge
a microbrewery then.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah, it's a smaller one. So, but that's a good question. It's like, okay, do you put, when you're making this beer, is it, are you just putting a couple of drops of liquid smoke in, or is it like whoosh, dumping like gallons in?
You were putting the whole fire in.
'Cause I'll guarantee you that German one, that was more smoke than beer, I think.
Man, they just put the whole log and everything in there.
Oh, yeah.
I don't even think that was like the little drops, so that was the whole piece of wood.
No,
ashes.
Yeah.
It was probably still on fire when they threw it in there.
Yeah, exactly.
Well, I'm gonna go first.
Yep.
Unfortunately, I'm not a big fan. It's okay, I think. I'm gonna go a touch below average. I'm gonna go a 2.4.
Well, that's exactly what I was going to say. I'll go 2.4 as well. I think that it's a novelty to me a little bit.
Yep.
Because like I said, this is only the second smoked Oktoberfest we've ever had.
Right.
And I didn't know that was like how they were supposed to be initially.
Right. Yep.
Again, I prefer it the way it actually is now.
Yeah. That first beer, to me, was knocked out of the park. That was good. Very good.
Of these three, the Brau brothers, good job. You guys won this matchup of the Oktoberfest here.
Easily, hands down.
Yeah, I mean, this one is definitely interesting. I don't know if I would have somebody that's never tried an Oktoberfest before. I don't think I'd have to try this one.
Yeah.
Just because I think it's going to kind of taint their image of an Oktoberfest.
Right. Oh, 100%. Yeah, because that smokiness, I mean, can there a little bit of the maltiness, but it's really faint. And if we had this covered, it was a blind taste test, I think I'd struggle to know if that was a Marzen.
Oh, yeah, I agree with you.
If there was a totally blind taste test, it would be very, very hard to...
I totally agree with you. And it's not, I don't know, like I said, that other smoked one we had, I'm just going to come out and say I really didn't think that was good at all. And this one, I mean, this is okay, but you're right. I mean, if you blindfolded me and said, what kind of beer is this? I never would have said.
Right.
It kind of different reason, but it kind of reminds me of the roll out the barrel,
the
barrel aged one, because the barrel was just so overpowering. You couldn't tell it was an Oktoberfest.
Right.
But this is for a different reason.
Right.
And not quite as as much as that. But yeah, there's no way I'd have thought that was Oktoberfest.
Yeah, we might have to go to the next one so we can maybe cleanse our palate here.
Yeah. Well, we're so this potentially. I can never say never again. This could potentially end our Oktoberfest for the season.
For this season.
So. Looking back, and like I said, we'll have to go back through and look at all of them that we've had. But, some that stood out to me, first and foremost, that Founders Ultimate Oktoberfest.
Yep.
I thought that was amazing. They knocked it out of the park.
Yep.
I thought the 608, the Schlats or whatever the name is.
That was good.
For what you would want to say, like your normal American flavored Oktoberfest, I thought that was really good.
Right.
And this Brau Brothers I thought was really good too,
Yep.
Like I said, next year I think what we need to do is find some fest beers and just keep them back, and we'll have a fest beer one so we can compare fest beers, because they are so different from the Oktoberfest, that I think at times we may shortchange them a little bit.
Right.
So I think that's going to be our plan. And it looks like every week here's a number of Oktoberfest, and here's a fest beer or two.
Right.
So I think if we just keep the fest beers aside, and we can do a whole episode on those.
Yeah, I'm all for it. Hopefully the breweries listen to us.
And I'm hoping that we'll see some more barrel-aged stuff.
Yes.
The way it's looking, I think it could happen. Yeah. So,
well, I'm not always, my brain doesn't always work the quickest. We might, I can't say for sure, we might be able to do an on location with some more Oktoberfest here in a few weeks.
Okay.
Because I think in Sparta, they're going to do a Sparta walk, and they're going to, some of the businesses.
The beer walk thing or whatever they call it. I apologize. Yeah. I have to look and see what they call it, but you're right.
And those are all Oktoberfest beers.
Okay.
So I can't remember. I don't think that they tell us which beers are out there until that night.
Okay. Well, sorry, ladies and gentlemen. We may have another episode.
It may actually be a live version.
It might be it'll be an on location for sure. And I didn't go last year.
Yep.
So
I went.
But as far as I know, you walk around the downtown area.
Yes.
And now, are there breweries at different stores, or are they just kind of around? Do you remember?
So I think it was through the chamber.
Mm-hmm.
So each of the different businesses, there was probably 15 different businesses. And then down at the Kringle Mart is where it ended.
Okay.
And then each business had a cooler or two of one brand of Oktoberfest. So you went in there, you had your taster glass, they gave you a taster glass, and then you walked around to the next place.
Okay.
And then at the Kringle Mart, they had different kinds of like German type food
that
you could sample.
Okay.
So, I mean, it wasn't bad. I think the only thing that was, it got a little chilly. It was one of those cooler nights, sure. Oktoberfest or October. But I mean, other than that, trying some good bratwurst with some different German mustards. I mean, it was all good. And then I think some of the local craft breweries were there too.
Nice. Okay.
With their beer. So,
yeah.
And not everybody had an Oktoberfest. Some had their own.
Sure. So other offerings.
Right. So it was different. I mean, It was just something different. And Sparta needs to do something like that anyway.
Well, yeah, and so I'll look up the information, ladies and gentlemen, and I'll post it on the description of this week's podcast. If you're interested, you can always stop. You got to have tickets. You got to buy tickets to do it.
To the chamber.
And you can do it online or in person. I believe it's $10 more the day of kind of deal. But yeah, I'm looking forward because I know we are going this year. And yeah, we will. We got the on location mics. We can walk around
the world, see what happens.
Yeah, see what happens. It never hurts. So, all right. Well, hey, I guess.
Are we ready to transition?
We're going to transition now. And that means we got some pumpkin coming. And I've been kind of looking forward to it. I'm not going to lie. Little change of pace. Oktoberfest have been great. Like I said, I'm pretty sure you and I have never had this many Oktoberfest in a single season as we did this year. But the pumpkin is going to be a nice change of pace. So we got 3 of them here. And now you said these are all from like cider companies.
Hard cider. So the first one we got is Pumpkin Jack from McKenzies Hard Cider.
Man, look at the pumpkin guy on that can.
And that should be a 5% ABV from Utica, New York.
Oh, wow. Okay.
In this seasonal, we use the finest pumpkins and autumn spices for a cider as vibrant and calming as the fall months.
Nice.
And that's all it says. One sentence.
I just looked on Untappd, and they do have a little bit more.
Okay.
So it says, who needs pumpkin pie when you can have this? It's all treats and no tricks with McKenzies Pumpkin Jack Fall Seasonal Hard Cider.
Nice.
This selective seasonal uses only the finest real pumpkin and fall spices to enhance and excite both your nose and your taste buds.
All right. Well, now you have me intrigued.
Yes, and It's pretty crazy. So this, on Untappd, this beer has been rated 19,500 times.
Wow, really?
Yes, and we have not had it. So,
wow. So that,
but being from Utica, I guess we really don't get a whole lot.
No, I have had a couple other McKenzies.
Okay.
Different flavored, like some cherry, some different. They do a pretty good job.
Okay.
And their flavors always seem to stand out.
Well, you know what, Jim, and it's kind of funny because we've never really delved into the ciders a whole lot.
Not
you know, really.
No.
So that's going to be maybe something we'll have to start doing a little bit more.
Well, we'll see how, if this one's good.
Yeah.
We could do more, but if it's bad, we did it. We tried.
We tap out.
Yeah.
We're good.
White flag is up. We're going to give it a whirl.
Wow. Well, this looks like regular beer.
Looks just
I mean, you know, it's not. I thought maybe it'd be a little bit of an orange, maybe, but I guess not so much.
Really.
Now, I will say, look at the pumpkin on the can there. That's a little
scary.
A little scary looking on that.
Put that out in your
there.
stoop so the kids don't stop by.
Yeah, there you go. Oh, that smells like pumpkin.
Yeah,
that smells
like
good.
Sugary, like a little sweet pumpkin, doesn't it?
Wow, I like the smell of that. That's pretty good.
Wow, that is not bad.
So, did you get this at the bottle shop that you usually go to?
Yes.
Was it a build your own, or you had six more?
I had to get 6-pack.
Oh, darn. That is good to me. I think that's good.
That little bit of spice in there.
Yeah.
Wow.
Man, that's like...
It does not taste like pumpkin pie.
No.
Like over the top, it is like...
It is like, oh, wow. I mean, to me, this could be one of our best pumpkin beers to this point.
Yeah,
now, it'll be interesting because these other two are both cider companies as well. So I think this will give us a good sample of that stuff because I have not had many at all.
So you'd recommend this one?
I would recommend this. It's almost a little bit much sweet, but... This is good. I like it.
Yeah, I mean, and again, like you mentioned, we don't do a lot of ciders, so we really don't have anything to base the flavor on. But I mean, I don't think it's over the top like apple.
No,
I mean, there's a good sweetness to it.
It definitely has like that pumpkin
nice
spice,
aroma,
kind of flavor to it. Very much on the nose. You can smell the pumpkin for sure.
I mean, this is almost like one of those you could like have when you're mowing a lawn or sitting out on a hot day. This is.
Oh yeah! Wow.
So
that is crazy.
So I did all right with that one.
Yeah, you did all right. Now maybe it's just because we followed that smoke beer with it, but this is really good.
Yeah, this is. I don't see anything wrong with. I mean,
McKenzies.
So you're a believer in it now.
Yeah.
So far,
we'll see. See if we've had some other ones of theirs, or find another different one and try it and see if it's just this one or what. But that's really good.
Yeah, this is the finish is smooth. There's no bad aftertaste. I'm almost like slowing myself down drinking it because you could like almost
it's like, man, that's good.
Well, what are you thinking then?
Boy, and it's hard to tell because by the third one we'll have a little better gauge on it, because right now I'm thinking, honestly, right now it's like a 3.5 for me. I mean, this is really good. I'm blown away by it.
See, I keep telling you, I always bring the top shelf stuff for you, Mike.
I know you do.
Always bring up the good stuff. I'm going to say the exact. I was going to go 3.5. It's okay. It's really good.
Well, I'm glad I'm not the only one that was thinking that because that is unbelievable.
That is. I mean, it's so smooth, isn't it?
Yeah, that is. I'm impressed. I guess I'm more than impressed. I'm kind of blown away by it a little bit. Now, hopefully, the next two will live up to this.
Right. Yeah,
but
this is
wild. There's still a little bit left in there too. I'll take a little bit. You can have the rest of it. But that is good. Yeah, good job on that one there, Jim.
But I mean, for those people that don't like pumpkin and are afraid of what it might taste like, I think the pumpkin is very subtle. The spice is just about spot on, and then the apple cider part.
Yeah,
they mix this one just right.
That is crazy because I don't taste like apple.
No, yeah, you're right. Yep.
But I definitely get. That pumpkin pie spice kind of thing, but it's like really sweet. And I'm sure that does
not taste like the squash.
No. Again, that is just crazy to me because, squash and pumpkin are
in the same family, right?
Yeah. And one is good and the other one is really not so good.
Should not be using the beer.
And we've only had, I believe we've only had that one squash beer, but boy, that was not very good.
And we still don't know what Heather tastes like.
Nope, and we don't want to because that wasn't very good either.
Yeah.
Man, this is crazy. I almost want to just leave it here so I can keep smelling it. But
so I wonder if I should try to go back and see if I can get another 6-pack of that. That was decent.
Well, if you're in the area, you could always check because, I wouldn't mind
another
one of those. Yeah, that was good.
Yeah, well...
Wow.
Should we keep it rolling? And keep...
Well, we can keep her rolling. Oop, I bumped something here. And the next one is by Downeast.
Downeast.
It's got a big unfiltered on it, but what is the...
So Downeast, what did I find on them? Nothing on the beer. I couldn't find anything. So do you find anything?
Yeah, I'm going to look it up here as we're... So I'm guessing, is this their pumpkin blend?
Yes.
Okay.
That's what I called it. I hope that's...
Okay, so 5.1.
Yes. Yep.
Oh, I do have a couple of sentences on Untappd. So what they have on there, it says, apples pressed with pumpkins, aged in chai tea spices.
Oh.
Its balance makes it perfect for the pumpkin fan and cider drinkers alike. And it says 5.1 ABV, and then it says 0 IBUs, but a lot of companies don't put that, so I don't know. Maybe there isn't any in apple, in ciders. I don't know.
And it looks like these were not born. The brewery's from East Boston, Massachusetts.
Dang, so the first two, we had New York and we had Boston.
And it looks like it was born of a hazy Bates college dorm room idea. So a couple of college kids back in 2011 decided they wanted to start making
cider.
Cider.
And like I said, I know I mentioned this on the first one, that is a category that we really kind of haven't delved too much into yet. But I do think we will be switching that around just to see. Because I've noticed, I'm sure you have too, that there's a lot of where it's like pear and all these different flavors, you know. Because when they first came out, to me, it was just apple.
Apple, yep.
And I don't mind apple at all, don't get me wrong. But then you're like, okay, well, how do you make apple different?
Like that Angry Orchard. That's commercials.
Yes, there you go. But now there's like all these different flavors and all that. And so, we'll look into it.
The aroma is not the same. It's not the same as that first one.
No.
I don't taste much pumpkin. I taste more apple stuff, right?
Yeah.
Apple juice.
And I'm really not getting a whole lot of chai tea either.
No, I mean, like there is no head on my beer.
No, when I poured them, when I poured yours, it fizzed up a little bit and then it just kind of went away.
Yeah, so this is more like apple juice-ish.
Yeah.
Because it's not as much
even on the nose
characteristics from a beer, I guess. Is that the good word?
Yeah, I say even on the nose, I don't pick up the chai tea. Normally, if there's chai tea, you can smell it.
Right.
I just don't. I'm not smelling.
I mean, and even like the pumpkin. I mean, I don't get a lot of pumpkin flavor. It's okay.
Yeah, I'm not. It's all right. But you're right, dude. I don't.
Isn't it?
I don't get pumpkin really at all.
No, I mean, compared to that first one, we kind of got spoiled on the first one.
How is it that we on both of these styles now? Today, the first one we did on each of them was the best ones. Yeah, that's kind of a bummer. It would have been interesting to see if you did pick up if they had the pumpkin spice flavor, the first one with chai tea.
Oh.
Of course, that could have been a little much, maybe, a lot of stuff going on, but it would have definitely been really flavorful. With this one, you're 100% right, Jim. I get apple, and I'm not really getting much pumpkin or the chai tea. I'm not picking up on it.
Yeah, I don't. I mean, compared to that first one, who had the right balance of everything, but it's not offensive. It's just what they said was on the can. I'm not tasting in the glass.
No, you're right. And like I said, like you just said, it's not bad at all. And for a cider, it's not bad. Right. It's decent. But man, when you're saying that there's pumpkin and chai tea and all this and that,
you build up your level of expectation. And
there's just I don't get it. And it's a little
unfortunate. I mean, especially we kind of broke the mold. We probably should have flipped them around so we had the McKenzies last.
Well, if we'd have known, But when you go in these things blind, we don't know, and you know.
And I mean, and what we say that the ABV was on this?
It was 5.1.
So it's still not over the top.
No.
I mean, could you drink it on a hot day?
Oh, yeah.
Sure.
I get a sweetness in it, but it's not. It's apple.
Right. Not anything pumpkin or anything spice.
Yeah. Based on flavor-wise, yeah. I'll go first on score. I'm going to go like a 2.7. I like it as far as an apple.
Yep.
As a pumpkin and a chai tea, I think it kind of missed the mark a little bit.
Yep.
If it would have had more of that, I could have went higher, but it's like you said, it's not offensive or anything, and you can drink it, and it's got a sweetness to it, but it's definitely an apple, and that's an apple. Where the other one, you tasted pumpkin, you tasted the spice.
Yep.
And
I think, like we talked about the smoke one, if you did a blind taste test of that one, I don't think you could tell that was a pumpkin beer.
No, you're right.
I mean, since we see the can, we kind of know looking for that, but I can't pick the pumpkin out by itself. So I'm actually going to go a tick lower. I'm going to go a 2.6. Just a little disappointed. I thought this would be, again, not knowing. All I did is look at the outside of the container.
Yep.
It said pumpkin, so I bought it. And I didn't even realize some of these till I got home that they were ciders.
Oh,
I didn't look that close. I just seen the word pumpkin and bought it. So
yep.
I was hopeful that they would taste good.
Well, like I said, it's just
so now I'm batting 500.
right. I said that first one you knocked it out of the park, and again, when all you have to go on is what it says on the can,
right?
And you've talked about that a lot during the different podcasts. Where, man, when this is all you have to go on, because that's what we have to go on. Because going into, you never know what a bottle shop has,
right?
So, and half the time when you're in the store, like for me anyway, if I try to jump on Untappd at times, I can't get service because the building is,
right.
So you can't look it up anyway. But honestly, I don't look it up anyway because it's like, oh, that looks good because I'm going off the can,
right?
And you're right, dude, because. Like this one, I mean, the can is nice,
Yep.
It's got the pumpkin, the orange color and all this, and it's just, yeah, that looks good, and as, what we said before, if it's on the can, it should be in the can, and this one just kind of missed it a little bit.
Yeah. Well, it looks like we're getting close to the end of our...
Yeah, we got one more,
and then we're
going to wrap it up for this one,
but that's not a bad thing. Hopefully we're giving some good advice to people that are out there looking for a pumpkin beer.
I think we are. So...
We do have a bottle. We have one bottle.
This is the first bottle
in this category
that we've had today. And this is, who's it by? Ace. Now, I think we've had a few, maybe a couple, not very many, but we've had some. And this is it's a limited release craft cider.
And it says this is a 5.0 ABV from Sonoma, California.
Wow. Okay.
So I went way out west to get this one for you.
Yeah, New York and Boston and California.
So it says, we aced the celebration of autumn when we blended perfectly balanced pumpkin spices and semi-dry fermented apples for the pumpkin pie slice of heaven.
Wow.
Enjoy.
Okay. Now, I do have on Untappd. I looked it up as well. And they do have a little bit more description.
Okay, yep. Perfect.
It has Ace Pumpkin is a limited fall release cider. We use fresh pumpkin juices, cloves, cinnamon, and nutmeg to create a refreshing yet warming holiday beverage.
Nice.
So we'll see if it's closer to the first one or not.
Well, my fingers are crossed. Hopefully I can come somewhere in between.
Yeah.
I'd be happy with that. It doesn't have to be perfect, but give me good flavor.
As long as it's more flavor than the second one, it'll be good.
Because like in this one, the second one didn't have flavor for the Marzen.
No.
And the second one did.
Yeah, it's just weird. It's like you planned it that way.
How did we know that it was going to turn out like that?
I don't know.
Oh, yeah, a little bit of foam.
A little bit. Like I said, and it goes away pretty quick. Ooh. Oh, you can smell clove. I smell clove. A lot of clove. Yeah.
Is that what that smell is?
Yep.
Uh-oh.
Yeah, clove. To me, clove stands out. The smell.
It almost smells like coriander, doesn't it?
Not really, but I suppose you could say that.
Boy, that
you get
aroma transfers right into the taste.
You get the clove.
Yeah, almost like little too much.
Yeah, I was gonna exactly. We'll see.
Tone that down just a tad.
We'll see how it when we finish these tasters here. Because I'm not picking up a whole lot of cinnamon or nutmeg. No. Really, I definitely get the clove, and I get pumpkin and I get clove.
Right.
The clove is definitely a stronger flavor.
And just in my opinion, I think that still that first one still is head and shoulders. These last two are, again, to me, growing up on a farm, working on a farm, it smells like a hayfield. Yeah. It smells like somebody just fresh cut hay. Boy, it's not bad, I guess. It's not offensive, but it's just a different aroma.
No, yeah, exactly.
It's nothing. Exactly. I don't think have we had many beers that were very heavy in clove like this?
We've had some, but they're all pumpkin or pumpkin spice beers. We've had a few that I think were a little bit stronger even in the clove department, but we've had other ones where you can taste the nutmeg and the cinnamon. Right. And, it's really well balanced. Where this one, I just think, and I don't know if it's because it's a cider that maybe the base, there's not a lot to kind of break that down, so to speak. But this one is the predominant, what I taste is clove.
Yes. Without hands down for sure. I was hoping there would be more when you talked about the spice.
Yep.
I was hoping to have a little more of the spice in it because I do like that spice.
Well, and if you remember from last year when we did a pumpkin episode, pumpkin spice is one of those, it seemed like they either nailed it or they missed it.
Yeah.
And it was just kind of like, and so there were some companies we had that were very good, but yeah, the other ones, they not so much, so.
And I don't know too, Mike. I mean, we don't talk about this aspect of our tasting very much, but we've had these sitting out here. So all of the flavor, I think, is coming through.
Oh, yeah.
It's not like we just pulled these out of the fridge.
No.
These have been, so they're not room temperature, but they're not
cold.
Ice
cold either.
But so I think the flavors coming out. We're getting all the flavors and aromas, I think.
Mm-hmm.
Am I okay with it saying that?
I agree 100% with you.
Because, I mean, a lot of people, they go to a bar, they're getting cold right out of the tap.
Or if it's a bottle, it's ice cold, or you know what I mean? Right. Cold out of the fridge or freezer, I should say.
And you're not going to get that same flavor as what we're probably tasting here. And I think, do we like warm beer? Maybe not, but I think we're trying to pick the aromas out or flavors, right? Is that kind of...
Yeah, and again, like we've talked about, I don't know how many times, our specialty is barrel-aged stouts.
Yes.
And those, you have to be a little bit warmer. So we don't mind a beer that's in that 50, 54 degree temperature. And these are not warm by any means.
No. Right, but they're not ice cold like you would grab it right out of a cooler as on ice.
But with this, man, I just think if it was ice cold, it would be even more predominant clove.
Yeah,
is what I think.
Yeah, I'm not. Is clove offensive? No. Is it my favorite? No. It's probably like the smoke one. I'm not. I'm not a big fan of it. But it's not like making me gag or anything like that. So I mean, it's not. Could I drink a bottle? I think I could drink a bottle. I don't know if I could. Could I drink two? I might be forcing myself to drink the second one.
Right.
It's kind of like, all right, I had one. I can go to the next one.
Yeah. Okay, I drank that one. What are you going to give me next? So, yeah, it's, I don't know.
Unfortunate. I guess
it's decent. Score wise.
Yeah.
It's better than the second one.
Yep.
I gave that a
2.7. The Downeast.
I'm gonna go a 2.8 then, just because I overshot that for a second one, I guess. Yeah, it's not bad, but again, I just wish that you could taste a little bit more than just the clove. And that's really, to me, that's the major predominant flavor is what I'm getting. And you do get a little bit of pumpkin, but it's that clove almost overpowers it. You know?
Yeah. For sure. And I think I'm gonna go one tick lower. I'm gonna say a 2.7. Not my favorite, not the worst. It's okay. It's just okay.
I was gonna say,
because I mean, for those last three, I mean, you definitely can tell you're drinking a hard cider. There's no doubt. But the McKenzies, spot on with the way they crafted the pumpkin and the spice in there.
Yep.
The other two got a little work to go. They're still not in there yet.
Right. I agree with you, Jim. That McKenzie knocked it out of the park. I mean, that was a home run all day long.
Yeah.
And
so we did have two good beers.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, I mean, honestly, they were all good, just kind of different variations.
Yes.
Very, good, I guess of the Oktoberfest. Let's start with the Oktoberfest.
Yep.
I'm pretty sure both of us agreed that the Brau brothers was the best one.
Yes, easily.
Do you have any because I think anybody could drink any of these three, but like I said, that's the smoke one. I would not recommend to a new person.
Right, 100%. I mean, and like I think we touched on that very first one. To me, that represents what Oktoberfest beers are going to taste, look like, the aroma. That was a really good representation. I
agree.
The smoke one, the jury's still out because I'm not understanding how that was supposed to be like how the original Oktoberfest beers are made. To me, it's just, I'm not a smoke guy. I don't know.
No.
To me, that just kind of, it turned me off a little bit. It's just, I was like, ooh.
I will say this, as far as the smoked Oktoberfest, that's the best one we've ever had.
Yes.
Because that other one was not so much.
That was right up there with the ground up tuna.
Oh, yeah, the ground up salmon one, yeah. So, yeah, I think those are good.
So
Roger did a great job.
Yep. We appreciate him bringing those.
Thank you so much for giving them to us, Roger, because that's cool. Because, like I said, I have been to Saverance, and it's a smaller place.
Yep.
And I was there, I think it was in June or July. So, of course, they didn't have Oktoberfest on tap then. Remedy, we've had just a very few.
Okay.
And it was okay, but it just didn't really have that Oktoberfest thing. But Brau Brothers, great job. You did.
Yes,
you won. Good. You won this round for the Oktoberfest.
For the
now
pumpkin?
On the pumpkin, it was clear. Yeah. I mean, McKenzie, they walked away with this round.
They did spun circles around the other two.
Yeah,
easily. I mean, whatever they're doing, keep up the good work.
Keep going. We'll have to look and see if they've got other ones. and see if this was a one-hit wonder, or or if they know what they're doing. And that pumpkin, that was good. That was really good.
I mean, that tasted almost like pumpkin pie with some whipped cream on top. I mean, it was really nice.
Yep.
I mean,
it wasn't
very well blended.
It was sweet, but not overly sweet.
Yep.
And then the other two, I mean, they were good. I'm not denying that, but they're just, the second one, the Downeast, I didn't taste the chai tea.
Yep.
Didn't taste a lot of pumpkin at all. It was more apple.
Yep. And that last one, the cloves.
And Ace, the clove, way overpowered everything.
Yes, by far.
And I hate to say it, I just burped and I'm tasting cloves. So great.
Well, so I guess, can we put out a teaser?
Yeah.
Because we are going to do another episode of pumpkins.
Okay.
And I hope everybody listens to that because it's more in our wheelhouse.
Nice.
None of them are ciders.
Nope.
They're all, so we ended at a 5.1. So nothing on that episode.
Yeah, kind of your normal.
They're all up there into the double digits even.
Wow.
So I hope everybody listens in on the next one.
So you're saying there's a chance.
I'm hoping. My fingers, these are good. But now I think we're going to get into our wheelhouse and we're going to get some flavors that hopefully we can tell people about. And I hope people want to listen in to find out what we found. It should be a good show.
Yeah, for sure. Yeah, and like I said, I think you're in the same kind of mindset that I am where, Oktoberfest, I get excited for that. And I am excited for pumpkin.
Yep.
But then once we're done with pumpkin, I'm done with pumpkin now until next year.
Right.
But it's always like this time of year, it's like, the pumpkin beers are coming out,
What are they going to, how are they going to spice up something? What happens if they put that McKenzies in some barrels and barrel age it?
I wonder if they've ever barrel aged a cider.
I mean, that would be,
that's something we're going to have to research. I wonder if anybody's done that. Or if it,
somebody
would ruin the cider. I don't know.
If somebody would try it, we could taste it for them.
We'd be very much glad to be a taste tester. So. Yeah. Awesome. Well, hey, Jim, thank you so much for bringing us. Tell Roger, thank you for bringing those. Like I said, he 1 for 3 ain't bad. No. I shouldn't say that. The other two were all right. So.
Yeah, I mean, for sure, he hit out of the park with the first one. The other two they were just, I guess, okay.
Yeah, they were all right. So yeah. Awesome. So, ladies and gentlemen, thank you for listening. And again, next week, we're going to be delving into, it sounds like, some more high octane or higher octane pumpkin beers. So make sure to come back for that because who doesn't like a pumpkin pie?
Right.
So we're just trying to help get more people into pumpkin because, Jim, to me, it always seems like people are either they love pumpkin beers or they hate pumpkin beers. There's really not an in-between,
right?
For whatever reason. So we're hoping to try and kind of turn that around a little bit.
Spice them up.
There you go.
Oh.
Well, hey, ladies and gentlemen, thank you once again. And like we always say, we hope your campfire is always warm.
And your beers are always cold.
See ya.
Bye.
Thank you for listening to the Northwoods Beer Guy podcast. If you have a question, a comment, or a beer you'd like us to review, please feel free to send us a message at northwoodsbeerguy@gmail.com. You can also find us on Facebook, Twitter, and Instagram. If you're on Untappd, look up Northwoods Beer Guy and send a friend request. Until next week, I hope all your campfires are warm and all your beer is cold.